stay with us today, that it's very important that you try to do something for your own hometown. This is what I have been delivering since 1999 from my first project until now. So I never stop of discovering the new technology, new media to help to preserve our heritage and culture. So this is a landmark in my hometown. We call it, you see that, then you know it's a pokok getah. It's a rubber trees, yeah. And this rubber trees is because we used to be a very big, we contributed a lot for rubber tapping last time, for rubber industry. This once, many years back. We always call this as what, you know? We always call this as our Statue of Liberty. Because you look at the, you look at design, look at Statue of Liberty in New York. We always want to have that type of dream that we can do something, do like what the well-developed country did. So we always give this as our motivation. Yeah. So okay. So I want to bring you more deep into this area so that you guys get more understanding. Okay. And try to make it to be very close to you. So I would like to introduce this person. Okay. I'm not saying this movie is shot or produced in my hometown, but I would like you guys to focus on this guy. If you know about this guy, okay, it's Henry Godeng. Okay, Henry Godeng actually is from Betong, which is from my hometown. So what I mean is I just want to borrow his popularity to share with you, to bring you into more closer to the project. Okay. So he actually tried to emphasize a lot also for Iban. If you know about, he used to show his tattoo. So later also I will try to drive you through what is the tattoo means for us. Yeah. Okay, this movie is actually shot nearby our hometown, the Philippine Dictionary. If you used to watch this before, 2003, by the British American romantic drama genre. So I hope you know about this movie. This movie shot nearby my hometown. They actually projected something, but actually not much because they are focusing on the Westerner perspective more. So from that day onwards, actually, I already decided I want to do more for my own hometown. That I want to let my own hometown people to tell our own hometown story. It's rather than you depending on the Westerner, because of their perspective is very different from us. You know, that's why I try my best. Okay, my background. Yeah, I would like to introduce to you my background. My background is my degree. My first bachelor is in cinematography, so mostly about film. And then my animation, my master, you know, arts, let's say, in animation. So now you know I'm evolving in film and also animation. And then my PhD from USM, my degree and also my bachelor and master is from Unimas Sarawak. Okay, my PhD is in USM, Penang. Because I'm following my mentors. Yeah. So that's why I try to pursue my PhD there. And then I managed to come up with the concept related to the topic that I share with you today, immersive technology for heritage and cultural preservation. So I always encourage my members and my students that try to relate something about your background. We call it as connectivity. And then combine with your study. And then only by then you can have a full understanding about your own background. So that is whoever try to involve in this field, heritage and cultural preservation, that you must have this type of principle to carry. If not, you are lost somewhere. Yeah. Later, I'll share with you the framework, like what we try to use for more than 13 years, and still evolving. Okay, still evolving. Okay, so a very brief brief about our Iban people in Sarawak, which is a Dayak group in Sarawak known as a skilled headhunters before, not now. Okay, around like 200 years back during the Brooke Raja time. What I mean by James Brooke and Charles Brooke, okay, around like early and the middle of 19th century, okay, started from 1842. If you know about all the history, then you can try to track back. I just want to bring you in. Another one is also called Si Dayak, so as Iban, likely means a human in Kayan language. If you know about our history very well, especially from Sarawak, that you know Iban always got problem with Kayan. Okay, always got Iban. Long time ago, not now. Now for sure everybody live in peace. Okay, headhunters also we are not practicing this anymore because it's illegal, you know. But we also do headhunting, but we are only headhunt for fishes and chicken and something like that, for food. But we still quite proud that we used to be there. Because of everybody always had misunderstanding about headhunters practice in our practice. If you know about our warrior practices, we are not, those warriors, they are not simply hunt people. Okay, they are only try to hunt those people, not hunt. They are try to challenge those people who try to challenge their tribe. Yeah, that's why at the beginning I told you that Iban people we based on river. Okay, based on river. That's why we call it as a river people. Okay, the sea diet I would like to emphasize here. Okay, the sea diet here means that everybody thought why Iban people call sea diet because they are not traveling nearby the sea. Okay, if you know Iban language very well, the vocabulary, especially how Iban call river. No, how Iban call river. Okay, so they call river as laut. Okay, this is how they try to interpret during James Brooke time. So they thought laut because of the interpreter for Brooke always is a Malay. So when they listen to laut, they talk the sea. So directly they do literally they say they are sea Dayak. But where else? Our people they are living in the interior area nearby a river and also a mountainy area. Okay, so this is some brief for you guys, which is CSC, because I know Iban people is very mysterious for you all, but we already until our generation we are mixed blood, all of us. Okay, we are not. If you want to know like how's our tribe like now, we are like Sino Katazan people also. We're like Sino Iban, we also Chinese Iban, Chinese Bidayo, Chinese Kayan. Yeah, we already mixed. Okay. Okay, now for me, why I involved in this project, because myself, my ancestor also, they are the Iban people, okay, Iban people. They also used to be a warrior in Cebu area, okay, in Cebu area. So, okay, now we move forward. Okay, so this is we call ngepang, okay, ngepang. Ngepang means the outfit, okay, the outfit. For sure, we are not wearing this now. We are also wear like you all, okay, very modern. We only wear this in the special occasion. For example, Gawai, you know about that, the harvest festival we have on June. Okay, trust me or not, you don't ask Iban when is the harvest festival, because of we celebrated harvest festival exactly almost more than a month. Okay, some of us, yeah, long before the day and after the day, everybody seriously celebrated it because it's a very important day for us for harvest festival, which is dropped by around like June every year. Yeah? So I always encourage members or whoever they want to visit Sarawak, you want to try the real atmosphere of vibe as an Iban, you have to visit around June every year. So you can see the real Iban at the real longhouse. Okay. I always ask my friends and whoever go to see the real longhouse. Yeah, and then not only focusing on the cultural village, because of this is only a summarize for us. Okay. So this is okay. If you want to know that how we call our costume, we call ngepang. Okay, ngepang Hindu means to say the women dress. Ngepang laki means to say laki. You guys can guess. It's a male. Okay, what we call the laki. You guys say that. But Iban language always have a similarity, especially the Iban Baku. Okay, the Iban Bahasa Iban Baku. Okay, that one they are trying to use a lot of similarity. The pronunciation almost look like our Bahasa Malaysia. Okay. But once you go to deep area, which is the area we are trying to do research, sometimes I can't even know what they are talking about, even though I know Iban language, because every areas, every river, we use a different slang. That's why they have to go to school. The young generation, they can understand each other because of they're using their Baku, Bahasa Iban Baku. Okay? That's why sometimes when you go to Sarawak one day, when you bring Iban friends with you, and then they follow you to some of the area, and they tell you that they cannot understand what they're talking about. It's not because of they don't know Iban. It's because of they cannot understand their slang. For example, I cannot understand slang from Batang Ai. I seriously cannot. Yeah, if they use a very classical Iban to talk to me, I seriously cannot understand. I have to bring the elderly from that side to talk to them. Yeah, okay. And then why I want to prepare the parameter for you all just now. If you still remember when I start, I'll show you the area I'm trying to do my research, because of people like us that we are not just simply go to other rivers to do the research. If I'm from Saribas, I'll do the research in Saribas. Yeah. Because if you know about our practice, there's a river practice. Then whatever I'm saying here, maybe some of the Iban tribe, if there's a researcher in this group now, in our discussion, for sure they got their own perspective, for sure, because of they are from the other rivers. Okay, for me, I'm from Saribas, so I'm talking about in terms of Saribas. For example, if you know about Bujang Senang story, okay, you know about the white crocodile story, okay, white crocodile story. the Patang Lupa people believe and our Saribas people believe is totally different. It's totally different. Yeah. Okay. But that one we'll have the another section. One day I still got chance to share with you because there's many things. Because can you imagine from 1999 I started my journey to do my cultural preservation job until now. So you know that I got many resources. Primary is not secondary. Yeah. I never depending on secondary. And I prefer, it's not prefer, my practicing all the while is field work. So like in the more academic term, they're using qualitative. Okay. Because I only believe a researcher like us that we seriously need to go down to the field. If not, you cannot get the primary sources. You depending on Google and everything, I can tell you that sources only can give you some summary. But the very important sources is still on the field work. Okay. Okay, so now baju burong. Baju burong is the one like what you see the guy wearing here, what we call the warrior costume. Okay, we are not wearing this every day. That's what I'm telling you. Okay, now they only wear it during Hawaii time or certain occasion during maybe Christmas. Okay, Christmas, some of the churches they are handled by the Iban community. They'll perform this dance during the Christmas day sometimes. Okay. So there's many types of the ngajat. Okay, there's a ngajat gawai. There's a ngajat. There's many types of ngajat, but it's not good for me to present here because I'm not in that area. So maybe next time they got the expert they can share with you. Okay, there's not only one. Okay, next one is our cuisine. Okay, mean to say, when you talk about heritage and the culture, one thing in your mind is you need to understand the food. Okay. We call lulun in our words, but panso, I know you guys know very well because that one is already widely known. Actually, they presented in, I mean, there's many documentary about our bamboo cooking. Yeah, but we like our area, we call it as lulun. Okay, and then the cooking is in bamboo by using stem. The natural simple ingredient is meat, chicken, fish, or vegetables, rice with spices in bamboo. Okay. If you know about lengkuas, yeah, we use many lengkuas inside our cooking, especially lun. Then some salt. That's why I call it as a sustainable development, which is under the SDG 17. Okay, it's because we're very natural. And then this is the panso and this is the paku. I know you guys call this as paku, but let me share with you. We have another type of veggie firm, look like this, we call bidin. And then bidin only you can have it in our area, okay, and it is in Sarawak, yeah, because of it's very different from paku. The taste is very different from paku. Sometimes when I went back to my hometown, I went to my longhouse because I have my own longhouse. Sometimes we'll go to the garden to find this. Yeah, after rain, you can have a lot. This is yeah, so it's a fun. And yeah, so this is the sagu worm. Sagu worm actually is not originally from us, no, yeah, it's originally from Melano people, okay, Melano people in Mocha, okay. You know about them because they are very good in sago flour. So this is the worm also. Iban people now become one of our very main source of food. Protein actually is a protein. And trust me or not, that this thing now is very expensive. Okay, it's very expensive. And now it's very hard for you to find because of now what you can see. Sarawak is in quite they are developing quite fast. So there's many trees that have been chopped up because this one you only can find it at the palm tree, at the sago tree. Okay, next. Okay, this is our art. Okay, puak kumbu. Okay, I only will try to share with you this few because we got few more. But because for me, I'm focusing more for all this like puak kumbu and especially puak kumbu. Yeah, puak kumbu. There's many type of motif which you're aware of. And then sometimes you go to Sarawak now, especially at the Lachau area. Okay, Lachau area, which is between Sri Aman and Surian. Okay, because we're having a border between Sarawak and Kalimantan. So there's many puak kumbu from that side, from the Keringkang side. Okay, so sometimes those tourists, when they came in, and then they just simply buy the puak kumbu without any consideration and then without any understanding about the puak kumbu, they just simply buy it. For us, we want, if we cannot understand the story behind it, we won't touch. For example, the puak here I share with you, the one with the human caricature, you can see the hand somewhere over there. This is only the warrior family that are having this puak because of that is a head. Okay. Only the family they used to do head hunting before, then they are entitled to get this puak. Yeah. If for the civilian and for the normal citizen, okay, they only will have some puak related to all the paku design. Okay, mean to say flora and fauna. The flora, mostly flora. Okay. So these are two things we are very particular with. And I won't just simply buy puak to share to my friends. Yeah, I won't. Because of there's many things behind it. Yeah, there's many things behind it. Yeah. Okay. So puak kumbu is a woven textile associated with the Iban. Yeah. For sure that if you know about our history, okay. Puak kumbu, all the like the expedition knowledge, okay, and what we call the ngayao, okay, ngayao, the process. Actually, we are getting from Keling, okay, and then for all this puak is from Kumang, okay. You know about Keling and Kumang, okay. I know last time TV, I think RTM used to show a series about our warrior story in 2D animation form. Yeah, I think from the company they produce Yuzu Samtorian last time, okay. Then puak is from Kumang, but nowadays it's already under our syllabus, which is from there's a center which they try to train the youngster to do puak, okay. So it's no longer that you need to go through the dream. Okay. Last time, those people they want to practice puak, they need to receive, mandate from Kumang through their dream. Only they can practice this. After they can do the puak, then they have to do tattoo on the finger to confirm they already graduated. So that is what the practice before, but now no need. No, now it's like academic, in my hometown also they got one, Tangan Sarawak. So they always invite and also subsidize those people they want to do this. And then they even help them to merchandise it, to do commercialization, okay? So it's a very unique dye and also like bed strap, loom weaving, unique use of endemic and also the fibers and dye. So I mean to say it's very natural, safe to use. But those in the industry now, in the market now, for us, we know that they are using chemical dye, so it's not safe. To have one original and organic puak, they took months or years to produce one. They took months or years because my longhouse, my relative, they got one is very, very good in doing this. Okay. So I know that they took a lot of time, to get it done and to get it correct. Yeah. Okay. And then the other craft, like what I'd like to introduce to you is our carving. Okay, carving. Details are the artistry and also telling the story in the wood. Okay. This is the mask. Okay, this is a mask. Okay, this is the wu. Okay, this is the ilang. Okay, ilang is the sword used by Iban people. Okay, if everybody know it, the Iban people they got the sword. But we are very, very important that it's very important for you to know that what type of sword we call ilang, what type of sword we So the other one is this type of sword is very, very special, especially the handle. Okay, long time ago to believe. Still in nowadays is a Southeast Asia museum in Sarawak. Now they are keeping that very ancient, very old types of ilang. To believe that handle have been carved from a big bone of the enemy leg. Okay, big bone. Yeah, to believe. But nowadays they use a lot of gears. They use a lot of kijang, whatever, to produce that. And now it become plastic. What you can see in the industry because of lacking, or because it's a commercialization now. So they are not particular about that. And only warrior will carry ilang. The rest they carry nyabo. Okay, nyabo. Yeah. So who are those people that can carry this? Mean to say those people that can lead the ngayao team at that time. Okay. And then mask. Okay, mask. I would like to share with our members here. You cannot see mask at my home because I'm not shaman. I'm not from Beliau. Beliau mean to say in other words we call manang. Manang is a black magic, or you guys call it as a traditional. It's a traditional medicine man. That's what we call. But in ours we call Beliau. So Beliau will use this during the people that are very sick. Then they'll use this to do some ceremony. Yeah. So that only they keep this mask. So sometimes when my members they ask me or whatever, when they saw the very nice mask, they ask me can they buy or not. Then I'll tell them the story behind it. That's why you see telling a story in the wood. Iban people always tell the story through the wood. So mean to say the carving. And then how to differentiate between the Iban carving and the rest of the carving is our carving is very, very primitive. What I mean by primitive is not polished. It's very raw, very rough, and then very brutal. When you look at all the carving, it's very, very scary, very scary. It's very brutal. That's what I told you. Yeah, it's not when you look at all this like the mask and also the shield here. Okay, everything is for war. Okay, everything is for war because even people they are the warrior. If everybody you want to know about it, they are the warrior. They come in from Kalimantan to Sarawak side. Okay, and then they starting from Marub side until Baram. Okay, you can see Iban settlement. Yeah. So can you imagine that how they try to move until different districts? Also, you can see them. So they are through expedition. We call Ngayao expedition. Right? Okay, then next. Okay, so this is our the Anyaman. Okay, the Anyam. We call the Ibang weaving, which is tikal, the mat. Why I want to introduce for you all this is because this is how we do the research. Okay, we are not depending on Google or anything. We will seriously go to the ground to look for all this. And then even though I play with this since I'm very young, because I told you I have a long house in my hometown. Yeah, I play with this throughout my whole, I think my childhood. If you guys want me to tell you one very simple term that I'm telling you, that is my Disneyland. Okay. Longhouse for me is a Disneyland. Yeah, we learn everything from the jungle. We learn everything from nature, and then everything like this is our toys. Okay, included like sword, seal. Okay, it's our toys. Because we also have to learn how to do hunting. Okay, and then if you know that even people they got permit to have the senapang patah. Okay, why even people have senapang patah? Because they have to do hunting and they have to take care of their own crops and also their garden because there's many wild beasts in the jungle, especially the wild boar. The wild boar is not friendly, guys. I tell you, wild boar is not friendly. Wild boar is very dangerous. It can kill. Yeah, that's why they need gun now. Last time they used blowpipe. You know about blowpipe, but now because it's already advanced, so starting from Brook time, they already have some musket and also gun now, shotgun. Okay, so they are very skillful in terms of doing the maps. Okay, and then one thing which I find out through my research fellowship trip to China, to Hainan, that I saw the tribal people there, they have a similar practice like what we have. So I mean to say all the native actually they are quite interrelated if you can trace back. Okay. Next, yeah. So next thing I want to share with you is this. Okay, boys to men. Okay, like what I told you just now. So each of us from our Saribas area, we need to learn how to do berjalai. Then after that, ngasu and ngayao. Okay, and ngayao. So why I strict here? Because we are not doing head hunting anymore. But I told you we head hunt chicken, fish. That's it only. Yeah. But how to make sure that we can become the man because we already cannot practicing this. So I used to be in army for 3 years as a border army in Sarawak, Kalimantan, which is you know about the Rangers Sarawak. Okay. So I used to be with them, and then this is how we try to upgrade ourselves to become a man. Then my whole journey, which I left my hometown and then go everywhere to what we call the Jejak Ilmu. Like I came to USM, then I came to West Malaysia. This is the process of we call exploration. The Iban people have to do this, all of us, yeah, to gain knowledge. Then ngasu, for sure, this is the practice since you are very young, since you are kids. Sometimes when you try to do ngasu hunting, we are trying to do. Maybe you will try to hunt some squirrel and then some bird, that's it, or some fishes. Yeah. So this is how you try to do. The most is you go to hunt the wild boar, that's it, by using the senapang patah, And then ngayao, okay, if you join the army, then you complete the whole journey. So each of us that as long as we can complete this, mean to say you are a man. That's it. As simple as that, as an Iban. Okay. I know in Indonesia they got a practice also quite similar. They call merantau, which is look like our berjalai. Yeah. So that's why I think many culture, when you try to deep into all this culture and heritage from different areas, especially South Asia and Asia itself, you can see a lot of similarity, which I try to share a lot in China and in Taiwan and Korea. Okay, and then I find out like, yeah, mostly all the things quite similar. Like for example, Japan, there's Ainu people also. Ainu, they also do tattoo. Okay, they also do weaving, like what kumbu look like. So you can see everything they're quite similar. If you keep on doing your research, sooner or later you will find back your roots. Yeah, one thing I want to share with you starting from 1999. Okay. When we try to do this type of project, you need to understand your line first. You need to understand they got three. Okay, they got three that what we know. One is from the south to north. Mean to say from Papua New Guinea, from Australia side, all the Bushmen go all the way to Alaska. Okay, and another one is from north to south. Mean to say from Alaska they go down until Australia. Okay. New Zealand, all the Maori people, okay, and then the other one is come out from Africa, okay. So my practice from my group long time ago, our practice, what we believe is we follow from the south to the north. So that's why we can see all the similarity when I try to use this path, okay. When you trace back Maori from New Zealand, then Bushmen from Australia, and then our side here, Sarawak, Borneo, Kalimantan, and Sarawak and Sabah, and then go up Philippines, and then Taiwan, Japan. You can see there's a one route. Yeah, almost everybody look alike, and they have the same practice. So if you need to choose one. Okay, you cannot just do three. You know, for us, if you don't do that, then you don't have a good direction for you to deliver. Yeah, for sure, there's many arguments going on, but the one we have to go to anthropology side. But I'm not to that direction. I'm more to ethnographic study side. Okay, so this bunga terong. Yeah. So next thing I want to share with you is bunga terong. Like even people, when you look at the shoulder, okay, their shoulder, those old people, but some of the youngsters also they want to carry this now. But for me, I won't. During the time I'm in the ranger, that we are giving a priority and the chances that we are not taking any tattoo. That's why you can see some ranger they are having a tattoo, especially the tattoo at the throat here, the tekak. Yeah. Okay. Whoever they got the tekak tattoo. The old people, I'm not saying that those people 20 years old, 30 years old. I'm talking about those are already 60 or 70. Mean to say, they used to do head hunting. They used to head hunt. Okay. They used to practice that. Only they carry that. Because this is a very daring tattoo, which is not so many people that dare to do it. Well, last time they don't have a very good technology to do that. So whoever they do that means to say they are very, very brave. They are the brave men. That's it. Okay, so bunga terong is the most unique bunga motif which the Iban only will carry. Okay, if you can see some foreigners that carry this, mean to say they just do it as a trend, look macho. But the real Iban people they do this because they want to recognize themselves. You can see we got so many tribes. We also got you see we got in Sarawak we got Iban, we got Bidayu, we got Kayan, Kenya, Penan, okay, Amurut. Yeah, we got so many. So how to differentiate us and them is this bunga terong. Okay, this bunga terong. Long time ago, now no need. Now you got IC, your IC you can see already. Okay, you already know that they are bumi or what. Okay, so this is one of the very important. So this is how they carry. Okay, this is the real bunga terong. Okay, bunga terong. So when you see you see native in Sarawak, they carry this. Mean to say they are the Iban people. And most of what I know now is most of the native, they don't want to carry this anymore. Okay, they don't want to carry this anymore. Okay, so next one I want to tell you is Iban Longhouse. Okay, exploring the architecture and also cultural significance. Before I start this, I want you guys to have the concept. What is the Iban Longhouse exactly? Iban Longhouse is a fortress. Remember this? It's a kubu. Okay, it's a kubu. Because they are warrior. Okay, they are warrior. So they need to stay together to protect each other. Trust me or not, some of the longhouse can go until 100 pintu. What I mean by 100 pintu means they got 100 families. Yeah, I used to see this type of longhouse before, but it's very, very deep in the forest. Yeah. Okay. So this is quite a modern longhouse. Quite modern. The old longhouse is everything is woods, and also like it's very primitive, and then it's not so friendly the environment. I can tell you because of you have to live with all this like all this chicken and all those alive, like everything underneath. And then you can imagine how it smells. If you want to experience how it smells, you just go to the zoo, and then you know how it smells. But that one is a very old primitive longhouse. But nowadays the longhouse has become like very, very modern. Now you know why I want to show you this. Later you'll see next. Yeah. So one thing I want to bring everyone here in Iban longhouse, the very important area we call what we call the common corridor. Okay. So this is a corridor. So what is a common corridor for? Is that Iban people they got the hunting. practice. They got hunting practice and they also do some farming. So they have their own area, they have their own kebun, they have their own garden. And then once they got issues with the land, okay, the ketuai or the tuai rumah, what we call the chieftain, they have to come to this right to do discussion. Mean to say like a civic center, like Dewan Suara, like that. So this is their area. Whatever thing you want to settle, okay, you guys come in here to do negotiation. Yeah. So everything had to lead by the committee and then had to do all the discussion there, negotiation, yeah, before the thing dispute. But nowadays for sure they got the Mahkamah Adat in Sarawak. They can bring the big issue to Mahkamah Adat if they cannot solve it here. So this is the area is very important. Gawai also they celebrated here. So I mean to say, for me, I want to advise to whoever's here, if you are first time or you are planning to go to Sarawak one day, when you want to visit Longhouse, please visit, starts from the chieftain area first. I mean to say you go to the chieftain house to refer to the chieftain, then let the chieftain bring you walk around, you know. If there's a modern longhouse, fine. If the longhouse still practicing some shamanship, if they are having the palak, okay, what we call palak means to say all the skull, tengkorak, okay, then it's very dangerous if you go inside there because of maybe they'll do something, yeah. But for me, I always advise whoever first time want to visit Sarawak and also the longhouse, follow the toll, follow the proper agency to bring you in, yeah, because that is for safety, for safety, yeah. You must remember there's many things inside. Even though it's a lot, for me, it's a hidden gem. If you know how you don't know how to practice, you know how to interact with the people inside there, you can have a lot of fun. Okay, so the one at the top there is the old one. Okay, the second one is already upgraded. The third one, there is my longhouse. Okay, the one stated there, just a very recent. I went there. Okay, now it's already tile. This is not carpet. This is tile. Okay. And then this one is my VR, okay, my VR. We are trying to preserve it. Yeah. Why we try to preserve because of you already can see, almost you can get my idea that why I want to do the preservation because of many longhouses. It's already converted. This one, the one with the kids, sorry. This one, the one with the kid hanging around is also our longhouse. This is before, this is after. So can you see how they try to improve it? That's why now you know my intention. Yeah, that's why I said, lest we forget. Okay, it's many things. Like the constant threat or erosion. Okay, like many indigenous tradition. Yeah, many Iban people now they are the young one because of they are living in city area, the urban area. So they don't want to practice what we know in our longhouse now. Okay, so they came back. Some of them also they cannot speak Iban. That's the thing. Okay. Physical artifacts are susceptible to decay. So the physical thing, for example, or tajau. You know about tajau. Tajau is a vase. Okay, it's a vase. The vase also you cannot keep it too long. You know what happened to our longhouse is nowadays our big threat is a fire. Once the fire starts at one pintu, then the entire longhouse finish. The firefighter cannot do anything. The next thing is, the government will subsidize them to build the new one. So when they build the new one, mean to say all the physical artifact and also the old wooden structure is no longer there. Okay, oral tradition at least have been lost. Okay, one of the reasons I try to use a lot of media and technology to help to do the heritage and cultural preservation because it's many things is already missing, especially the oral tradition. So I'm trying my best to put all the things in visual, either in 2D or 3D or CGI or game engine. I hope that I can try my best to help to preserve it before it lost. Because this is for me it's a world heritage, not only our heritage. It's a heritage for communities and for mankind. So the people like us that we have the opportunity and to explore all this like technology, why not? We come in to help a little bit here and there, whatever we can. Passing of elders, loss of ancient knowledge. Yeah, I'm lucky to have my late father, which is he's the one who nurtured me to love our own heritage and culture. Because I'm a Chinese Iban, so my mother's side I'm practicing a lot of Chinese practice. That's why I used to do backpack in China for more than a year, some 1.5 years in China, back to find my own roots, which is as a Chinese in Guangzhou. In Teochew, because I'm a Teochew people. So I went there to visit all my relatives to learn the real Teochew people, what is the heritage and how is the culture, and try to make a linkage with them. And then from my father's side, I'm trying to practice the Iban culture. At the beginning, actually, I also not fluent in Iban language until I started my journey in 1996. That followed my father to go to the longhouse, to go to different area to talk to the elder. I still can remember the first time I talked to the old people, that the old people, they feel, I think they got tears come out last time, because they said, "You are so young, you're willing to learn from us." So from there, actually, I'm quite impressed that I want to continue my journey, that to know more. At the beginning, actually, I only follow my father to listen to the story. Yeah. That's how you learn the ancient knowledge. Yeah. So for me, if you got time, when you go back to your hometown one day, and don't know where, okay, so try to find time to talk to the elder, to listen to the story, because there's many things inside there which can help you for your research and for your project. Okay, next one is the rapid modernization and globalization, growing youth away. So this one, that I know. Everybody, they go to the city to have a city life, and what they call the civilization life or what. Okay? But for me, actually your roots, you cannot let go your roots. No matter how advanced is the technology in the countries, you need to go back to your roots. This is very important. Yeah. While I'm 25 years old, I also feel like why it's so important for me to deliver this. For sure, I can tell you, throughout my whole journey until today, there's a time for me to almost want to give up, almost, because I cannot see what is the prospect, what is the future for people who are doing this heritage and cultural preservation. You cannot become multi-billionaire. You cannot earn more, but what you can earn, Then today I can tell you what I can earn is satisfaction, and I can answer my ancestor that I did my job. I did my job. Hopefully the youngster, my cousin, they can continue my journey. Yeah, because I know some of my cousins also, they're involved in the same thing like what I'm trying to do. So I pass some part for them to help me to deliver. Okay, disconnect from cultural roots. Some of the people, they purposely disconnect. That's the problem. They purposely disconnect. So until I visited the Kuching Southeast Asian Museum, I feel there's a very good move that our government tried to do to bring the youngster to come back again to our roots, because they do a lot of effort. That's what I can see. So then after that, I told you, I feel like my job is not wasted, that I still can try, I still can continue, because of government now, they pay a lot of attention on whatever we are doing for more than, since 1999, since 1999 until now, that our government now, the SAC is doing a lot in Sarawak. The consequences, okay, the consequences is language loss, decline of craft, also fading of the ritual. I'm not saying like the ritual as the animistic practice, or it's like, because that is your roots, that is for example, you see many Iban, they are Christian, okay, but when they come to Gawai, they still had to do mirroring, So for me, I would tell my student and everyone, I said that culture and religion, you cannot mix up culture and religion. So that one later I'll show you in my framework. Okay, so this is just some sharing to let you know what is Iban and what we try to do and what we're facing now. Right? Okay, so the urgency. Okay, importance of preserving tangible and intangible value for future generation. Critical juncture, risk of irreversible loss. Okay, not just artifacts, but identity, history, and spiritual connection. So I always have to remind myself. I cannot just lay back. I cannot just, or maybe I can stop for a while. That because this technology, they move very fast. Okay, if I'm not following up with the technology, it's very fast. I already like outdated with all the technology. So then after that, it's very hard for me to connect with the content like what I have. But since I already have my content for more than 13 years, so I always upgrade it. I always upgrade all my content by using the new emerging and immersive technology that what we have. Okay, so to help to preserve the tangible. Tangible is very hard for us to preserve. I want to tell you this, because of all the structure in the building somehow had to give way to the development. Okay, but the intangible, that's the one that we can try to help, especially by using immersive technology, AR, VR, and now we have AI to help. Okay, so this is all the things which I want to walk you through today until you see how I try to use AI to help me to so that this project can prolong. Okay, so this is a long house, traditional house. What I show you now, maybe it's no longer there. It's very simple to tell you that. Okay, so last time the long house is almost like this, like almost like this. Then slowly they become like this. Okay, look like our terrace house. Normally, like what you see, the housing area, almost look like that. Now got aircon, got internet, got Wi-Fi. You can imagine look like our normal terrace house. Okay, and then now this is the most famous. You can see in TV3. Last time TV3 sent a crew to cover this at Bintulu area. It's almost like 5-star hotel. You look at this. This seriously. If my team don't want to continue this project, yeah, my team mean to say that's why I want to thank them to be with me. Because mostly they are not from Sarawak. Okay, mostly they are not from Sarawak. I think I'm the only one from Sarawak. Yeah, and also one of my co-researcher. Yeah, because she had to be with me because she's my wife. Yeah, she had to be with me. That's why they had to support my project. Yeah. Okay, to embrace the digital content, for example, the traditional methods, the traditional method now is insufficient. That's why we need to use the new technology to come in. Need for innovative digital solution. Okay, my center and my trip and my members, which in our cluster we call XR cluster, we are also the digital solution provider as a consultant for some company. We also engage with some company to engage with our service as a consultant to guide them how to use the digital solution. So, for example, powerful tools like AR, VR, or AI, digital storytelling. People who want to involve in heritage and cultural preservation, you must remember this term. That's what I want to tell you. You are the Panglipu Rara. Okay, we are telling a story in a digital way. Okay, and by using an immersive technology. Okay, so I mean to say you need to learn how to tell a story. Okay, start from the theme, THEME theme. Find the good theme. In films, in animation, we call genre. In game, we call genre. Okay, but for me, I encourage you to find back what is your theme. Yeah. Then after that, only you find your subject matter to cover. Okay, the goal is for immersive, engaging experiences for younger generation and the world. So why we want to engage with this solution is because for the sake of the younger generation. Okay, because you know that I'm involved in my background. So I'm an assistant professor for FCI game study department, which is we try to use the game engine to help in this project also, so that the youngster can play the game, and then slowly, like for example, my class for final year project. Okay, most of my students, I encourage them to do something related to heritage and culture, but not by force. Not by force, because of heritage and cultural preservation, you cannot force. It's seriously if you have that intention and the passion, then only you can get involved. You cannot use ABC grade to attract them to do this project. This is not the point. This one must come out from you yourself. Those people they're willing to do this is those people that come to knock my door. That can we learn from you to do this? I even have a group of members that are from engineering side, medical science side. After they attended all my talk, so they come to me to tell me that they want to do something, and then I'll try to support them by using our digital solution. But I want them to do for their own context. Mean to say, medical science, you do medical science. Engineering, you do the engineering. But there must be, you must include the heritage and cultural element inside. So that's what I'm trying my best to guide them. All right. These technologies can allow us to digitally restore and also preserve fragile artifacts. When you can have this type of technology, especially all this like CGI technology to help you to generate all the vase. Okay, one thing I want to tell you that the Iban people, they are very particular about the vase. Mean to say the pasu, the big pasu, we call tajau in our language, tajau. Okay, tajau, you trace back the history of tajau. The tajau is left by some of the Ming dynasty people, mean to say 600 to 700 years ago. Okay, they left they left after they do all the business with the people, with the local, and even people brought back those bars to the longhouse. Okay, Then what is the bus for? Okay, let me share with you. The bus actually is like a coffin. Okay, remember this, like a coffin. So they'll keep those chieftain, okay, the well-known personnel from the longhouse, from the area. They keep inside the bus. Okay? Then they put on the tiang, on the pillar, which you want to see that pillar, you can see in the Southeast Asia Museum. They kept one, but that one is from the Ulu side, the Olang Ulu side. The Iban one is not so many now. Okay, so they keep it there. Then after that, only they put it down. Then they put in Lumbo. Okay, they put in the Lumbo. So now, if you listen to people tell you that until today, people can find rentap ribau skeleton, okay, in the Lombok nearby Bukit Sibau in Julau, Pekan, the area in Serike area, Sarawak. Because of they kept it in the vast, then after that they put it in the Lombok. That's why now they can see the remain. But I don't know whether it's real or not. That's what they believe. Okay. So that is how they try to do. So now what I want to tell you is that bus is very hard for them to keep because that thing keep on missing, you know, because that thing is very important for Iban people. That's why there's many people doing the mission impossible thing to take that bus. So now if we can use this technology to help them to preserve and to restore, yeah, they put it in our presentation. Then this is one of the solutions what we can provide. Okay, create interactive experiences that brings cultural traditions to life. So I mean to say we can put games element inside when they try to maneuver in the longhouse. For example, they can do ngasu, they can do hunting, they can hunt animal or they can hunt bunsu. Bunsu is what? Bunsu is like spirit. Like the very famous bunsu in our hometown we call Antu Gamba. Okay, Antu Gamba is here maybe people call it as bunian, orang bunian. For example, people say Gunung Ledang or Gunung Ledang, there's a bunian, something that in Iban believe we call Antu Gamba. Okay. So you also can create this type of monster inside your game so that let people play. Then the youngster can enjoy the game. At the same time, they can learn what is basically inside the oral tradition, which they can learn myth and also folklore. Share Iban culture with the global audience. Yeah, by using that, then we can share with the audience globally. Like for example, I always have been invited to visit different country for as a keynote in a conference. When I try to present my project to the audience, mostly those people from foreign countries like the West and also like Japan, mostly East is Japan, or yeah, they always have a very big impact and very big feedback to me to come to tell me and come to ask us and how we try to share our technology, our knowledge, our concept, especially our research framework with them so that they can try to enhance their research methodology also, you know. So this is what the conference all about, right? Okay, so this is a framework, just how I told you from beginning. So after I drive you through, almost I think almost 1 hour, yeah. So what I would like to share with you is, I want to tell you that after I keep on bubbling for about 1 hour, I just want you guys to see this particular 3 circle, you know. So whatever I share with you there, you know where to locate it. Okay, my project until today, okay, 13 years. Okay, for me involved in immersive technology started from my first longhouse. Okay, finally I managed to come up with this framework with the help of all the members, my undergrad student, my graduated student, my friends, all the professors, also my co-researchers. When we try to share this always, there are many feedback come to us, okay? And so that we can include whatever there and try to take out some not necessary. And finally, until today, okay, this is the one which I managed to update. So basically, to do our project, you need to have this. Part 2 is a nomadic hut. So it means you cannot stay in a comfort zone to this project, okay? That's why I call it as a nomadic hut. Yeah, even though you are in the city area, for example, we are in Sungai Long, Cheras, nearby KL, but my hut still a nomadic hut, which is still wandering in the nature to look for sources. You know, every time I'll go to find some nature to get some inspiration because of. Well, that's why the first thing is nature. You know, then the second is technology, and then the third is humanities. So from just now, whatever I shared with you at the beginning, for humanity side is all the IBAN, the weaving, the craft, the food. Okay, that is our practices, our religion, our ideology, and our humanities. That's why for me, practices means like those people that do some traditional practices like shamanship. Even people still practicing shamanship. That's why they do mirroring. Okay. And then when they do nugal means to say when they want to start the first seeding. Okay. After they finish harvest, for sure they need to do seeding again. So how they do the seeding, they have to burn out the whole. That's why we call padi huma. The padi huma means to say the dry paddy, which is at the hilly area. So what they did is they had to burn, they had to put on fire, then make it fertile. Then after that, only they'll start the nugal. Nugal means say they'll put seed. Then they have, I like their chanting. The chanting is look like that's what we call the Brenuang or Limang. They like that, they'll do like ooh, 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 do like that. Okay. So there's many things inside there when you listen to their chanting, you know. And then what they do is they are trying to pray to the earth, earthly God, to give them a good harvest for next year. Okay. But they are Christian. That's why I'm telling you, they are Christian. That's why I divided into practices and religion, because I'm telling them that practices mostly is our culture. Okay? Religion is your belief for your spiritual thing, for your spiritual thing, for your roh, but practices is about you. You do that, people know you are Iban. That's it. As simple as that. Ideology, it depends on whatever ideology they are practicing. People like us, we are practicing what we call the Borneo ideology, so that we look at Borneo Island as one. Okay, like for example, Brunei, Kalimantan, Sarawak, Sabah as one. You know, so that we are not, because of you know about our ancient history, that we only have few countries in the Borneo Island. The first one is Sulu. You know about Sulu. Then another one is Sambas. Then they got one more is Brunei side. Isn't it? Then they got one more is Banjarmasin. I know many people, they don't know where is this Banjarmasin. Okay, so this few you have to remember. If you are practicing this, then you know. Yeah, if you can find back a very old textbook, you can find back very old textbook about Sarawak. Okay, and then trust me or not, many people don't know the real Sarawak. Where is it? Until today, everybody thought Sarawak is the Sarawak you guys see now. Is that from Kuching, from Telok Melano? Okay, started 0 km, Telok Melano, but actually it's not Telok Melano. Actually, Tanah di Lida, it's Tanjong Dato', which is almost, when you look at our map, what we call the dog tail. Okay, almost the tail. We started from there until Merapo. I don't think many people know where is this Merapo. Merapo is the border between Sabah and Sarawak, the last town in Sarawak, which after Limbang. Yeah, okay. So this is all the area I used to visit, I used to cover. Now that's why I said now why I'm carrying this project. I never end some more, because of I see many things which I cannot understand from my hometown, even though they are Iban. Okay, that's why I told you Iban is everywhere until Baram. Baram is Marudi side, mean to say almost Miri side. Okay, and then also the Iban in Kanawit, also Iban in Kapit Song. We are very different. I can tell we are very different. That's why we need to have one Gawai Dayak to be one. Now you know why they call Gawai Dayak, isn't it? Yeah, because everyone we call Dayak. Yeah. So that is what we know about humanity side. Okay, how about the nature? The nature you need to understand. The sea here is what I mean is the river. Okay, and then you need to understand the air. You need to understand the land. You need to understand the interior, exterior, and environment. Yeah, you need to understand everything before you want to proceed. If you cannot understand, you need to stay there. That's why I said I'm practicing field work. And if you want to know about the academic term, we are using grounded theory, okay, a lot. But now during my research time, you want to learn. If you have no idea how to start, then you go to read the grounded theory. Then after that, sorry, only you move to the field work. Then after that, only we talk about qualitative, talk about all the methodology. But the most important thing is you need to understand the subject matter. What is your subject matter? Okay, let me tell you what is my subject matter. I already told you from very beginning. My job until today is I only try to tell my own hometown story. That's it. My subject matter is like that. Anything about my hometown, I will tell the story. Okay. Mean to say, outside my area, for example, I'm from Saribas. Then there's another river called Kalaka. Okay. I won't touch the story about Kalaka. For 13 years, my expertise is only my area. Can you imagine this? So I mean to say, why they said we have to be like a paddy. The more knowledge you have, then the more you will know, isn't it? Yeah. Because you will find out like you are very, very small and little. Why I only know so little, and now time is rushing now. There's urgency going on. That's why I'm trying my best to pass all this knowledge to my student here. And also why I always accept all the invitation from other countries to do my keynote, because I hope this knowledge can share with the people from another side. And then now every year I will have a Taiwan University student to come to stay with me for 6 months as a research attachment researcher to help me. And I share with them, I also share with them, So I hope they can bring back and also try to help them to finish the PhD, because they are the PhD student. So I hope this thing can help them. So that's why I'm telling you that wherever they do this heritage and cultural preservation, we are doing for world heritage. We are not doing for Malaysia heritage only. Your vision have to be global. Your vision have to be global. So this only by then there's many people outside there doing the same thing like what you are doing. That's why we went out for conference. Okay, let me try to share with you one thing. Okay, to go out, we just put this thing aside. Okay, we just put all this KPI thing aside. As a researcher, as an academician, why we want to go for conference? We go for conference because we hope we can share more with the people outside there. We are not chasing for scopus. We are not chasing for any journal. We are just want to let people know that we have a heritage here. Please let people know. Okay. And then we're also using quite advanced technology to do our project. We are not like still back to 1960, like our lab academician or researcher, what we call Benedict Sandin. Yeah, if you want to know like what book I refer to, okay, I refer to a lot of reference book from a manuscript written by Benedict Sandin. Benedict Sandin is from Paku, okay, Serangan Pingai, from Serangan Pingai, nearby my hometown. My hometown, if you know about Betong, Saribas, okay, you got time, you can refer back to Google or whatever. Around 1842, okay, until 1863, what happened there? Okay, the Bukit Sadok expedition, okay, mean to say the final battle for Iban with a jazz group. Actually, it's nearby my hometown. The mountain is in my hometown area, Saribas. Okay, so all the Iban warrior actually they gather in Bukit Sadok for the final fight in expedition 2. That's why they lost. Actually, they are not lost. They just go to the other side, what we call Julau. Okay, they just ran to the other side. They are not surrendered. So until today, I'm very proud to announce that we, as the descendant of all these people, that our area is the one which never surrendered to Jazz Group. Yeah, until we have a fort there. If you know about Betong, had one fort called Fort Lily. Yeah, Fort Lily had been built out because of to stop that expedition for the Iban people to come down. So until that level, the Iban, they are fighting for their freedom in my hometown. And then that time we got Iban from Laya, Iban from Paku, Iban from Saribas. This is the Iban combined together to fight a Jazz group, which they call the people with the cannon and with the musket, but they are only using blowpipe. So why I'm so proud to present to you about my hometown, because of we have a warrior. We used to be a warrior land. So I always tell my friends and whoever, you seriously want to visit warrior land, you had to go to Betong area. Then you will know how you see the fort there, you know why British had to build a fort, why Jazz Group had to build a fort there. Yeah. So that's what I would like to share here. And then technology, for sure, I'm using traditional approach, which is I'll go down to the ground to walk for the primary source. I never depending on secondary source. Secondary source only come in to support. But primary source, you must get it in hand. I can tell you, because I used to teach, I used to be a teacher in secondary school. Okay, I also used to teach a basic Bahasa Iban before. And then for me, I used to train my student. That time is around from 4, from 5. Okay, every time I know 2 weeks, they'll go back once to the hometown. So what I did is I'll ask them to go to collect data. Can you imagine that is during 1999, year 2000. I sent them off to the hometown to ask their grandparents the story in their hometown. Because these students, they are from different rivers, you know. And it's very sensitive for me to go into other rivers to ask for information. That's why I train the children, the grandchildren, to do data collection for me, you know, to do data collection for me. And sometimes I'll try to sponsor them to buy the material. For example, the last time we don't have M4, okay, year 2000. So we had to buy all the cassette player, can do recording, buy all the cassette for them to bring in. And then everyone they come out, they will be rewarded. I try to gamify. I try to do gamification for them. If the story is good, they will be rewarded. You know, if the story not good, I'll tell them which part. So after 2 weeks, they go back again. They'll bring the thing out. So most of these students now, they already finished their degree. They're already working in different government sector in Sarawak. And many of them actually, I think they are, what I know about some of them, they are the lecturer in UTM in some of the branches. So and then I'm very impressed because of when they come back to my hometown last time during my Chinese New Year. He said because of we during that time there's someone willing to help them to understand how important is the heritage and culture. So can you imagine as a person who try to contribute for education, we are not working for numbers. We are trying to inspire someone. Like we always like to say we are like a Lilin. We burn ourselves and then to light other people's path. You know, I know people make this as a motto, but for me, I made this as my life mission. Okay, and then after technology, I use immersive technology for sure. You know, I'm using AR, VR, and also MR. Okay, so before I proceed to my next slide, I want to tell you guys one thing. For years, I'm trying my best to. Starting from year 2020, you know what's going on in year 2020, isn't it? It's a pandemic, isn't it? It's a pandemic. And then I have been assigned a very important task by our ex-VP, our ex-Vice President, Prof. Vice, okay, to always be around on web banner, okay? Well, what is my task and what is my group, my team task is to go around to share our knowledge in all this practice and what we are doing, especially this what we call AR, VR, and MR, because our local people always missed out with these three terms, these three acronyms. VR is virtual reality, AR is augmented reality, MR is mixed reality. These three we combine together, we call XR, what is extended reality. You know, so I hope that after this section, when you guys go out to do something, I hope you won't miss out with this few acronym. But this few acronym, look, it's very simple. But yet, when you try to apply and implement, you take years to understand. You know, which one comes first? Let me tell you, in Malaysia, everything started from VR. In year 2000, okay, in year 2000, everything they started in Malaysia, the whole journey. There's no way you tell me, you know, so actually they started from MR. That is impossible because of we rely on the hard way. Remember this. Yeah, theory for sure can be very, very wild. You can make it during, I think, long before year 2000, maybe you already have the concept about immersive, about virtual reality. But to really apply it, okay, in Malaysia, which is I used to see that lab before in Unimas, okay, by one of the prof, when she introduced this VR to us. That is where I get immersed and I get amused and I get interested in that journey. Imagine that I set up this seed since year 2000, okay, that I want to venture into immersive technology until after that only AR come in. And then people also mixed up between AR and holographic projection, okay, in Malaysia context, yeah. Because this thing is very, very fast when they come in. So people, they seriously cannot understand the real significance, why they use that technology. Everything you combine together, we call extended reality, which is everybody try to achieve now. Okay, they try to achieve now. Yeah, and then now they try to come up with a new term. Is it? Okay, when you combine these three, only you can find your product. Okay, if these three circles you cannot achieve to get the balance for the center product here, so I mean to say something going very wrong in one of the circle. If the technology is bigger than the humanities, or the humanities is bigger than the nature, the product is not balanced. Mean to say you cannot have a good product for the peoples or for the users or for the consumer. You know, normally what I can see in recent context is you only have technology. You know what I mean? This is what I can see. Then lacking of humanities and nature. Why? It's because they cannot understand their roots well. Why they cannot understand the roots? I already mentioned it at the beginning. There's a missing link between the generation now and the generation before. So people like us is the one who become the bridge to bridge these two together. You know, yeah. So this is our task. You know, whoever they want to involve in this job, that you need to have this type of practice, that you believe you are the bridge between the old and the new. Then only you are able to get the balancing point, which is the product at the center. Okay, so this is how you read this three circles. This is what I call three circles. You know? Okay, next. Okay, so now you see, what is our most challenging journey? When my teammate follow me, okay, is we have to cross the river. Okay, so one thing I told you, Sarawak is the rivers, the homeland for rivers. Okay, big rivers, small rivers. Yeah, we have a sungai, we got parit, we got sungai, parit. We got laut, and then we got batang. They got different terms we are using. We got nanga. Okay, there's many. Okay, then you cross the river, look like you're going for picnic, look like you're going for the eco park, eco farm, you know, everybody happy, you know. So when they cross the river, at that time, when I do the research on ground, I brought one on my team. Actually, we already got many team visited, but I always share these photos. I got new photos, but I'm not updated yet. Okay. Everybody, they are very happy. Or they cross the river, they play with this mountain stream, very cooling. But there's one thing I don't want. It's not I don't have time to share with them yet. Until what is our challenge? Right. Until they saw this sign, okay, nearby my hometown. Then they asked me, is this poster it's a real poster or just for fun? I said, no. I said, rivers, this crocodile is everywhere in the river. We also don't know where are they. Okay, now, especially now the Iban people, they are very, very rich. And then almost everyone got cars. Okay, look like us in Selangor and in Kerala. One house maybe got 1 or 2 or 3 cars. They are very rich now. Okay, because of now now a lot of things actually they are quite well doing. Okay, but because of they don't want to use river anymore, and said this thing will come out. Okay, why they come out? Because of human taking over their habitat. Many development and then making until like they cannot have food. They gotta have food, then they'll go everywhere to find food. And then one thing very funny is even people won't touch this. They believe this is their ancestor coming back. And there's a special case going on now. If this thing attacking someone, okay, then only they allow them to kill this crocodile. But you know, crocodile is under protected, at least. So everywhere, this sign is in Kuching. You see this bridge we call Rainbow Beach. This is a Sarawak River. Sarawak River also got crocodile, man. That's what I want to tell you. Trust me or not, it's real. Because of this crocodile, they are at the upstream. Last time I used to support the project from Sarawak River Board. We traveled that river few times. We saw their habitat. Yeah, it's upstream. Yeah, I think 30 minutes from here. So I mean to say, anytime they'll come down, to wandering. Yeah, to wandering around to find food. So for me, when they know that this is our crocodile, we call crocodile katak. Okay, crocodile katak it doesn't mean that this crocodile they eat katak. They eat human. Yeah. Not human. They eat everything moving on the river. We call crocodile as a river cleaner. Okay, it clean everything. It's like a perbandaran. He just do the cleaning only. So if you tell me that, this crocodile, maybe they want to do revenge, they want to attack human, no, it is a crocodile, man. It's a crocodile. The crocodile just want to find food, And then anything moving and very smelly, he will go to clean up. As simple as that. Last time, why it's very hard to find crocodile? Because Iban using river. So when they use the river, this crocodile, they don't want to be around it. That's why they'll go somewhere else. Okay? But now this crocodile is already coming back, and there's many. That's why anyone want to do research in Sarawak, especially the river area. So beware of this. And then for sure, you need to have a good guide. Okay, a good guide which is very familiar with the geographical area there. Then let them guide you. Don't just simply jump into the river. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now I will walk you through how we try to work out our project. Okay. So just now is all the information and the framework. Okay. Now we go to the process. Conceptualization. When I try to talk to my members, we will do it in a mama sometimes. Mostly we are doing it in a mama. Okay. Then take a piece of paper and then just keep on doing all this, like, framework and all this conceptualization, and then conceptualize it. And what I want to do, is exactly like this. It's very sketchy because of that time. Your mind also is very sketchy. Also, you are haywire. You want to do a lot of things. Then slowly you finalize. Then what you want to do, and then slowly you go to apply it, and then you try to come with the drawing sketches. Okay, and yeah, one thing I want to share with everyone, I'm not only a researcher as a theorist, I'm also a practitioner. I'm doing practice lab. Okay, I do a lot of my drawing. Yeah, I do all my artwork, I do all my visualization because that is my passion. I love drawing. I do comic, I do a lot of things. Yeah, I do anything related to visual art, I will get involved. And the context actually is about heritage and culture. Yeah. Okay, then after that, I'll go for my concept art. Then many way of doing. I'm using tablet, I'm using digital painting. I'm also using traditional painting. Yeah, I'm doing traditional, I'm doing digital, everything. Whatever in my mind, whatever I can see in front of me, I will use. Even I use a tea, I use a Milo, whatever also. As long as I got idea in my head, I'll try to sketch out. So you can see conceptualization, pre-visualization, then visualization, then only start with concept art. Then we move to the 3D more modeling by using a Blender or Maya or 3D Max, whatever software you are familiar with, And then nowadays you also can use AI to come to support by using the prompt to get exactly like what you want by using the guide you try to contribute. Okay? And after you can have your upgrading for 3D CGI visualization. And then after that, this is the longhouse you want, but this is one of the projects we are trying to do. So throughout the whole journey, when you go to visit the groundwork, okay, strategic development from 2024 to 2030. This is what we are. I'm trying to plan for my team and also my project one day. That we hope that with the advancement of we are trying to put more NPC inside, and also artificial intelligence. We want to apply AI to come to help, and also machine learning. Hopefully, we can apply all this dispository practice for our project, so that they can reuse it by using the AI to help. Yeah? So we are trying to build the ecosystem from beginning, from here until this journey. Okay, hopefully until 2030. We hope that we can complete the whole journey. That's what we are trying to do now. Connect. Okay, so you also can scan this to see more about the Longhouse project, because I also don't want to share more, but I got the another parts I need to share with you. So you want to see more, you can try to go inside to see all the research and all the journey we have been made. Okay, it's about the virtual guided walkthrough. That yeah. So okay, then next. Okay, from 2013 until 2024, I told you already. I started from here. This is 2013, our level 1, generation 1. Which is consists of, I think one of the members is from India, but now he already left. We are trying to come up with the first longhouse. This is our very first in 2013, which is we don't know that can apply or not, which we are using the game engine to help. Then after that, we upgrade to become second generation. This one, we cannot go in. We cannot venture into the interior of the longhouse because we will take time for us to understand. Then this one, the second level, you can go in to have a look. How's the condition inside there. Then after that, we come out to this, Ngasu, the hunting. Those people that used to go to my spa, maybe you used to see this project last time. Okay, it's handed by one of my very core researcher, which is she's the one who handled all the development part. Yeah, so I think you guys, anyone used to see that in the my spa, you know how this thing works. Then after that, the level 4 is we apply the NPC, the old man, the first old man. If not the first, maybe the second, or I also don't know, because I know that I never see this before. before our project come out, that a Iban Omen with the Puak and also with the Bungai Terong come out to speak Iban to invite people. And then this project, level 4, actually be invited by one of our very important international event. We call it as a KLESF, Kuala Lumpur Science and Engineering Fair, as an opening gimmick. First time that Iban people come out to wish people in Iban, in the International Engineering Fair. So for us, is I always thank my team until today that they made this happen. In 2013, when we started this, nobody know how far we can go, how far we can go. Because of UTAR is an engineering base. You can see all the engineering that are very active in UTAR. Engineering and medical science, they are very good in the research. So when I proposed this type of project to the management, I want to thank UTAR because they helped me to materialize this. You imagine this is a content from Sarawak, but they can, because of the significance, that's why I want to tell my friends or whoever here today that when you want to do research, look into the significant, significant. When you can show the significance to your management, okay, so management, they will support you full-heartedly, I can tell you. UTAR supported this project until today. UTAR supported this project until today. And our project have been nominated a few times to represent UTAR for Times, for THC, for Reimagine, for many competition, even though we cannot get any awards. But for us, it's a very good milestone for the team, which is from nobody until today, we are one of the pillars in UTAR to contribute for heritage and culture preservation. So for me, I always tell my members and my students, whoever involved in this, whoever wish to involve in heritage and culture preservation, to get the recognition is not easy. But if you know about the significance, you can bring more people, more wise people, more talented people to come in to help, to venture. Okay. So now after Generation 4, Generation 5, this is what I want to introduce to you today. I think this is the second occasion which I introduced this. The first one, I introduced it in, I think, Taiwan, last few months. I think May, Mr. May. I've been invited to become the keynote speaker because they are talking more about AI. So I'm trying to bring this idea, and because I managed to finish it before the first draft, I managed to finish it before that presentation. That's why I share with them. Now, for sure, this project is still going on. That's why I told you this is a continuous project. It never stopped now. It never stopped last time. It's continuously moving onwards. Okay. And then in this level 4, we managed to embark to in 2023. Me and my co-researcher, Ms. Lim, that we went to. We have been invited by Beijing to be with them for 1 month to put this project into the metaverse system. So that it's now in metaverse system, but we cannot deploy it here because we need to have very powerful infra to support. But we managed to do it and then share with the locals. We even bring this project to Hainan Island. The Hainan Island have a quite similar to Iban people called the Li people. They also have house like long house. They also have tattoo. They also have all this like carving. They got the not carving. They have the puak. They have their own puak. So we went there to their traditional museum to showcase it to the public, and they get shocked. These people, they get shocked. They can see why there's another side of people look alike, and then somehow it's from the virtual reality, from a metaverse system. So this is how we try to bring out. This is why I told you from the beginning, our project is not only focusing here. I also would like to thank ASWARA to invite me to share in Malaysia because of I don't think after year 2022, I already always after the pandemic, I always went up to share all this, but this is the first time I come back again, so I can share with you. Everybody I know, ASWARA people, they're also involved in heritage and culture preservation. So I know this is a very good platform to inspire and to share more to you all. Okay, so this is the journey which I want to complete before I can move to the last part of all my sharing. We basically went to the real environment visit. This is in 2015, first group. Then after that, 2022, another group. Okay, so we go there and then we collect all the data. Okay, data collection. Then we come back and then let them cross the river, cross the suspension bridge, the Jabatan Gantong, and after that to get the user experience. We to say they had to understand how the field. Then come back to do the blueprint and then come out to sketch and do all the design props and this and that. And after put it to become creative cluster. Try to produce the sketches and which will come out with the from the RE. RE is a real environment visit. Then after that, put it in the 3D modeling and then composition. Then after that, we train our student to speak in IBAN, for about 1 week and for about a few days. Then after that, we let them try to record their voice to become the voice talent. Yeah. Then contribute to the NPC. And then data collection, then programming come in. Then after that, we have this longhouse. Then this is what I told you. We promote all this art to the event culture to public during all these events like KLESF since 2017 until now. We will keep on sharing this to the public to let people know how important is the culture and heritage for you. And after that, we also before Myanmar under pandemic, also under the military coup in 2019, me and my team also have been invited to the University of Yangon, the computer study Yangon, to train the student within 2 weeks to be able to come with the project related to the culture as well as the heritage. Now that we went to China, Loyang, then we also do web banner when in the pandemic to share. So I mean to say our project is not only short sendiri in our own studio or in our lab. We also go out to share to the public, because of then you'll see that why we are not so we are not like going to the mainstream to show a lot. For us, KLESF for us is a very important it's a very important event for our project to showcase, because there is everything about innovation and also about creativity and about engineering, about science, So our project, whoever involved in this project, I can tell you, if you can involve with games, that means to say you're using both brand. So it's a very balanced process for someone to do research. Okay, so now what I would like to summarize a little bit, which is beside the one which I shared with you, the creative content must be local heritage and cultural element. And then the technology we are trying to apply is an immersive technology. Okay, mostly next one is a mixed reality. Then after that, the game technology also we want to introduce because to engage the young generation. Then visual storytelling, graphic novel, comic, manga, also animation, anime, to bring more to the youngster so that they can feel more closer to all of them. So this is a project like what I'm telling you, which you guys used to see before, which is they're already in Metaverse, which is in the system in Beijing, the research center in Beijing. And then we also try to do, like comic, the games, gamify. We gamify what we call as a gamification and edutainment. That will bring more people to understand what is the heritage and cultural preservation for, and also the fun. Now after that, I'm also trying to get the team to do comic. I also some sketches, illustration for all this novel, animation, anime. Yeah, put in YouTube, put in everywhere to let people watch. And then to let them know what we have in Sarawak, and mostly from my hometown. Okay, so from 1999 to 2024. So what basically I'm trying to do, okay? I'm trying to see, it's what I call as a synthesizing diachronic and also synchronic data. Okay, seems to extrapolate the emergence patterns and potential trajectories. So I try to synergize whatever I have since 1999. So if you remember, I keep on telling you, I started my journey, the real journey for my research in 1999 until last year. So I try to synergize, okay, all this data, and so that I can find the new way for me to project something new. Okay, now the next section, I think the last part of my sharing, okay, just head up for anyone that who gets that bit twitchy around AI, because of maybe this is not a cup of your laksa, you know what I mean, like laksa, because of this is our food. So I mean, like maybe someone feel agitated about AI. Maybe they got other interpretation about AI. Maybe they feel like AI always want to conquer us. Maybe they thought AI want to take over our job. But now let me share with you what AI can do with you. Okay. So this is my drawing. Okay. I always draw, keep on drawing until today. Okay. You used to visit my studio, my office, full of drawing and painting. Yeah. So you need to inspire yourself always. Yeah. By using drawing. For me, the most fastest way for me is drawing and sketches. Okay. And then this is how I try to teach my students during my class. Try to show them how to apply all these elements, okay, into your drawing. It's not only talking about the artistic, we're talking about the element. For example, tattoo, for example, all these particular thing, the details, okay, and then all this like bunsu. Bunsu is all our spiritual thing. Our bunsu when I heard about this story during my young time, my childhood at the Longhouse from the old man. Whatever they told me, I can visualize. I try to sketch out whether correct or not. It's not my story. I just want to put it in visual. Okay, then after that, environment, from all my memory, all my connectivity with the environment, what I know about my Longhouse, different perspective, exterior, interior. Okay, you visualize it. Okay, now the last part, which is meta cinema. Okay, I want to introduce to you this is embracing the new. This is the very new concept. Yeah, which is AI in character-based asset for and also the metaverses. So by using AI, I managed to generate something. And then by using this, you can empower the generation tools. You can shorten your conceptualization, style transfer, and also feature variation, and also asset creation. And somehow you can customize your output. That is the very powerful part. Okay. And then this is how it look like. From all my drawing, I use 3D, I use everything, and then after I use AI to support. And then this is how it come out. Okay. Okay, this is the process. With all the sketches, everything, and then try to use 3D and try to print it, and after that try to do rigging, and after that make it happen so that they can walk. Yeah. And then yeah, so the principle now, when you want to apply AI, you need to tell yourself, you need to control, creator to control. AI only assistant. Okay, you remain the ultimate control. Ethical implication, addressing bias impact on human creativity. Technical challenges, developing high quality and consistent relevant content. Okay, and then this is how it look like. This is the first draft. Oh, also no audio. Audio issue. Yeah. So this is how the video look like. Yeah. Sorry. And then at the same time, you also can. At the same time, you can try to build as much as you can. All your characters, like all these characters, actually, I'm trying to sketch during my class. Okay, then I can use that to help me to visualize it. Right? Okay, then the collaboration and empowerment. Okay, collaboration with the event communities. Every time you do something, you need to go back again to ask your community to verify, to watch, to see, then get the feedback. For sure, it's not 100% they accept. They'll give you a lot of different perspective. Then you come back again, then you try to restructure, respecting the cultural values and perspective. That's why you need to know the practice well, not imposing technology, but empowering the event people. You always have to focus. Event people is the subject matter. Technology is to support only. Okay, then remember, AI as a powerful tool only. Focus on AI as an intelligent assistant, building the richer and dynamic for the virtual worlds, returning creativity authority, ongoing AI advancement for the metaverse future. Okay, mission and core. My next theme is what I'm going to do is let us unite and actively employ cutting edge technology. Okay, so we can combine our expertise to revitalize our invariable culture, ensuring the vibrant legacy for the future. So let's ponder everything from all days up to now to try and catch sight of what the future might hold. So this is my last word I can share with you before I end up. Okay, so thank you. So got anything, you guys can just try to contact us from the QR code. Okay, now I back to Ms. Husna. Yeah, got anything that I need to feedback to our audience? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor, for your very extensive presentation. It's very great.
Thank you.
So do we have any question from the audience? Let me check in the chat. Okay, so for now, we don't have the question, but I do have questions for you, Doctor.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Go ahead.
So I really can see how you really appreciate the culture and you try to preserve it through technology. So in your view, is the final immersive product more important, or is the process of building it, including engaging with the community, collecting stories, and understanding natural and cultural context?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the, this is a very, very insightful and also very useful and very, very important question have been thrown by Miss Husna, because of, yes, final, that's why, okay, this is a very good, I always tell my student, this is the concept I always share with them. People who involved in field like animation, games, films, comic, or heritage and cultural preservation, where these things is interrelated, okay? We are not expecting much for the outcome, but what we love it, but why we can continue it for more than 10 years, okay? I think started from 1999, it's already almost 20 years, yeah? It's because of the process that I can find back all my missing link, because of okay, you can have to think like this. When you have your first degree in hand, okay, then you always thought like you are the king of the world. Last time, understand. Then so when you learn more, then you feel like why I become like so small. Then I feel like I know nothing about me myself. Then why I feel nothing, even though I play, even though I treat my longhouse look like my Disneyland to have fun, but why I so-called like I cannot understand at all what's going on with this particular route, what I call the IBAN route, So that's why I try to be with my father, okay? And my father, I realized that my father, while I'm still young, why he want me to practice IBAN language, which is my mom always like, don't want us to speak IBAN in my house. Yeah, she want me to speak in Mandarin and also in English in BM, but she told me that they were more important for my study. But my father, because he doesn't want me to lose that touch, but he knew that if I can master IBAN language, then anytime I can come back again to my root to find my own story. So the process is very important, Miss Husna. This is a very good one. Yeah, the process you must enjoy. Yeah. So the satisfaction, when you see all the thing work and then all people come to you. You got one of my presentation in 2005 after I come back from Japan. Okay, because I get awards in Toei. I got award in Japan for my animation. So I went to Toei. Then I came back around like 2025. And then I had my first exhibition in Pustaka Negeri Sarawak. Okay, and then during my talk that time, okay, in 2005, accidentally after my talk, there got two very senior. I know who are they. They are the researcher. They are the well-known researcher from our IBAN Society. Yeah, that's what I know. So when they attended my talk, I already feel it's an honor, that someone from our IBAN study, they're willing to attend my talk. Then they come in and then they shake my hand to tell me, thank you, that we always thought that there is no more young generation took over our job. But today we realize that our job is done, that we can pass the baton to you so that you can continue our journey. So because of that, because of that recognition, the recognition is not because of million and $1 million. It's not because of any award. It's not because of good appraisal from your management in your university or whoever or your government. It's because of from a senior in your society, which is a very well-known senior. Okay. And then my PhD, for my PhD, I can tell you, my PhD journey is the most happiest journey in my life for my study. Because of I get the big recognition, not because of USM give me that award. It's because of that particular person we call Edward Langu. Edward Langu is a living encyclopedia for us. The IBAN to English dictionary, he's the one behind it. Okay, IBAN language to English dictionary. He's the major mastermind behind this dictionary, and he's a very, very well-known scholar for after Benedict Sandin. That's what I believe. Okay, then he's the one finally give me the word that my project, what I'm carrying out, okay, is very meaningful for the next generation. That's why I can continue until now. It's because of I getting all the approval and permission and verification from a very, very well-known and also a very experienced scholar. So this is the like what I want to go back again to the question which shared by Ms. Husna, the process which I try to communicate and interact with the community. The community, I'm not saying that I always go to look for all these as scholar. I also try to hang around with all the IBAN people from the Longhouse. I learned a lot from all these people. I learned a lot from all these the people who do rubber tapping, do paddy plantation. Why they have to do that? Why they have to do this? I learned the practice from these people. I learned the academic parts from like YB Dato' Langu, and also some of the scholars from our chieftain committee in Sarawak. I also getting all the approval from our district office, because Sarawak is something like this. Who are those people who handle this chieftain matter? It's the district office. There's one special unit which is they're taking care of all the chieftain. So how I try to do my research. Okay, this is a very good one. I can try to share more from here. That how to get, like for example, if you want to carry this type of project, not only IBAN, okay, what I call as a triangulation. Okay, what I mean by triangulation is if you go to read triangulation correctly, okay, it means to say you need to get different parties to support your project. Only by then you can delete your project. If not, other people will come in to say, no, your data is not correct. Who's the one who give you the permission to do this? I told you from beginning, to do IBAN project is very sensitive because they got so many rivers. Everybody got different practice. Like IBAN from Batang Lupa, IBAN from Batang Air, IBAN from Saribas, IBAN from Kelakar, IBAN from Maru. Everybody had different belief, Yeah. Even though we call ourselves an IBAN. But once the source is not right, anyone can strike you, So what I did, what is my PhD for? My PhD is come up with a framework, to help people to get rid from all these unnecessary risks, So I try to get the support from the district office unit, whoever they're taking care of the chieftain committee in my area, which is Saribas. And then I'm very lucky, like what I told you, I used to teach in the secondary school. I trained some of my students, the potential one always be with me. Because I used to be I used to be army. I used to be in scout. Okay, so I'm also the pemimpin for scout last time. So I also trained them to like a scout, And then one of them, after he finished his study, then he walked, and after that he took over a position as a chieftain for the Longhouse. So when the moment I went back to do my research, to ask for help, to ask the chieftain, because it's very hard for me to go back to find each of them to help me to verify whether my project is correct or not. Then because I know he's the one who he's the one who also a committee, also the member committee for the chieftain. So directly I contacted him, to let him help me to distribute all my questionnaire or whatever to the chieftain. And then let them see my project once. And let them verify it. So this is how we try to do the triangulation. Okay. Then after that, you get the support from district office. Okay. The SAO, okay, the district officer verified it. The chieftain verified it. And then after I get another one is the one I mentioned, some YB I don't Langu. Show him, present to him, So you will ask me, do you finish your presentation? Do you finish your PhD because of you are doing your Viva? I'm actually doing more than one Viva. If you counted the one I presented to the chieftain, I presented to Langu, and I presented in my Viva, it's the same thing I'm presenting to these people to convince them, to let them know, okay, this is how important is this project. Then let them verify. With these three parties, it's enough. Because everybody know that once you're involved in research, no matter your PhD or no matter your postdoc or no matter you are doing the research, you as the researcher, you must stand neutral. You cannot get involved to manipulate, or you are trying to frame them to go to your the result. So what you have to do is like what I told you today, getting the correct party to support you. So for me, I can tell you, if someone refer back to my thesis one day, other river, for sure they'll come to strike me to tell me that your information is not right. But for me, as I'm telling them, I already set the parameter from very beginning. This is a research based on syllabus. If your river not happy, you go to do your own. Then follow my triangulation framework. Hopefully, it can help you to finish your study. So this is what I would like to bring all the things I summarize it. That based on what Ms. Husna tried to share with me, that I enjoy the process of collecting data. So why we can have that type of passion? Because of slowly I feel like I know my background, I know my roots. Even though until today I'm still doing. I'm still doing. I'm not saying that I already satisfied with whatever I have. I'm not, because I can feel there are so many things that I still need to do while I'm still be able to do it. Yeah. So I hope I can answer the question that shared by Ms. Husna. Yeah?
Yes, that's actually very, very beautiful answers. Then your answer actually remind me to one of your point in your presentation just now, that you mentioned that there's a missing link between the older generation and the current one. So it's up to us researchers to become that bridge. So in your experience, what kind of mindset or approach should we adopt to ensure we are not just documenting culture, but also connecting it meaningfully to the next generation? What do you think, Doctor?
Okay. What you have to do is you have to learn how to listen to the old people. Because now people, they always say that the old people, they like to repeat something. The repetitive, if you know about qualitative, the approach, okay, you ask everyone, 3 parties in different time, different area, okay, different location. If they're repeating the same answer, so I mean to say that is the data needed, is it? So when you talk to the old people, if they keep on repeating the same thing, mean to say they are very, very, they hope that you can understand. You can understand. This is how you try to find that missing link. You need to listen. You need to listen to these people because of they are the one who experienced it long before us. So what I mean by to become the bridge is you yourself. You have to feel like you are having the mission, you're having the call to become the bridge, to help to link up this missing link. For example, I cannot influence my student, to ask them to you go back to listen to what your grandmother story. Then they can go to complain. They say, why did lecturer keep asking me to go to ask my grandparent? But I can do it during my time in Sarawak, because there's a secondary time and all my students very close to me, so that I can tell them to do that. Then after that, indirectly they know how important is the story. And here in my university, I also try my best in the another approach to bring this idea to my student, to ask them to find your missing link. Like for example, my class mostly is about how to create the concept art. Yeah, I always start from mind map, which is the 5W1H. So I will ask them, where are you from? If they tell me they are from Perak, Ipoh, but I want them to give me a very specific area name. For example, which part of Ipoh? Which part? Simpang Pulai, Simpang Pulai, or Becham, Sungai Siput. Okay, then all of that I'm from Sungai Siput. Okay, Sungai Siput, which area? I will ask something like that. Is your area very near to the mountain, or is your area very near to the town? Okay, then after that, only ask them, what is the best story you ever heard from your hometown? This is how we try to get them to find back. Oh yeah, but why this thing very important? Then I'm telling them. Then can you see why I keep on doing my own thing? Why I keep on doing my own project from my hometown? Because that's their hometown. If you don't want to do something for your hometown, you don't expect me will help you. Because I can't even know how your hometown look like. Yeah. So Miss Husna, sometimes me and my wife, sometimes when we're free, we like to visit small town in Malaysia, in West Malaysia, because most of our students is from this small town. So we like to visit them at the same time to have a good food, and then at the same time to listen to the story. And then we got more and more data, so that when I come back, I can communicate with my student. So this is how we try to become the bridge for the young and for the old. Yeah. Husna.
Thank you so much. And I also can see that your project, the VR, the metaverse, is also one of the bridge that connecting the culture to the youngsters. So I can see that you have beautifully recreated the Iban Longhouse through the virtual guided walkthrough. But how do you approach capturing not just the physical structure, but also the life experiences, such as the sounds, the cultural atmosphere of that space? Do you include it? What do you include in that project to make it feel more immersive? Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Star. Yeah. For sure, people who involved in immersive technology, we try to prepare many people at the pre-production stage. We are prepare mainly one of the very important element to bring audience to come in, players to come in is audio. So we are trying to understand, because for me, I already can understand how the ambience, especially the ambience, how the ambience look like in Longhouse. But my members, they don't know. They said they need to follow me for the field trip to let them feel it. And then I will tell them, I will say the most powerful immersive technology is not only the audio. It's when you see the place, you yourself also feel there's some funny smell. Do you know what I mean? Even though you cannot smell it, So how to make this happen is you yourself as a developer, you yourself must be around there. You cannot base on whatever data you collected in the secondary form, that you must be the one in the location. That's why you can see they have to go through the succession bridge, they have to go through the Jabatan Kantong, they have to go through the river, they have to go to the Longhouse, they have to go underneath the Longhouse to feel it. Then after that, only they'll bring all this experience back. That's what we call it as a user experience. So, but for sure, until today, we still find our way to make it more immersive. We already try to add on like audio, like for example, what sometimes you can hear from the Longhouse, maybe some of the winds or the river, and so some of the chicken here and there, some dog bark, so this is all the thing we'll try to fine tune to put in, we'll fine tune to put in. For sure, it's not easy, because we have to find a correct time and correct moment, and also we need to play with the 3D stereo. When the player come very near to the object, then only you can hear that sound. So there's many things still fine tune in terms of getting the ambience right. Yeah, Miss Husna. Yeah, back to you, Miss Husna. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I do have one last question because now
sure.
we're actually at 12 p.m. But this is like a bonus question.
No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I really interested to know your point of view. In your view, can a country truly move forward if it doesn't understand or carry its cultural roots along the way?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Husna.
Yeah.
And then to support the answer I want to share with you later on, I want to share with you my experience I get from my trip in Taiwan and in China. Okay, everybody know what happened to these two countries. Yeah, but I as a Malaysian scholar, as a Malaysian academician, as a scholar, as a lecturer from Malaysia, I can become the bridge for these two countries to discuss about our project together. And then from them themselves also, they are telling me that they believe that if you want to move forward, then your people must be very, very sure that you know about your roots, you know about your culture, you know about your heritage. Because like what I shared with you just now, the three circles. Yeah. So if you don't have that humility to support you, okay, if you don't have the nature to support you, you only have the big technology. You know what is the consequences? The consequences is the disaster for our nature. They will destroy everything. They don't care. They say they don't care. But once you destroy everything, then one day you only can have emptiness. Because you cannot have, mean to say you got something very nice, good looking, but you don't have the soul. You don't have the jiwa. So why you don't have the jiwa? Because you cannot have your roots and you cannot have your culture. And then one thing very important is that trip me and my co-researcher we went is very important, which is first time that this research center, all the while they are implementing a very high-end technology to do something. But finally, the government sponsor them to do a project related to culture. The country now is already well developed. Okay, with all the robotic thing, you can go to the fully automated the hotel. Okay, which is run by the robot. But now the government is very, very serious about their culture. What they call the culture confident campaign. So for me to answer Miss Husna, I always want to become I always hope that my research contribution can help our nation, to contribute a little in terms of heritage and cultural preservation from my side. This is what I mean, from my side, to help them to understand their own roots. Yeah, for sure they got something else. They got something else in their agenda that they want to develop, they want to do this, they want to do that. But people like us, that we are always the one they can refer to one day to help them to understand, so that they mean to say that the whole country is not only going to development, but they still got a big portion or small little group of people still doing heritage and culture preservation. So that later on, the people from other country, they know that this country, they are not only grow in terms of technology, they grow in terms of the humanities, the culture, the heritage. And then we are not outdated. We are using the same technology that what they have. For example, the game engine we are engaged with, exactly like the game engine, the people from US, they are using, Japanese, they are using, European, they are using. And then the engine we are using is the engine like what Hollywood using for the Academy Awards. It's the same thing. Mean to say we are not lacking off. We are not left behind. We are with them. We are with them. That's why only by then they can, like the time me and my co-researcher, we went to Beijing, actually it's very competitive. They are actually also looking for another country in Southeast Asia. For sure, you know which one. Yeah, it's very near to us. Yeah, because for them, they always are better than us. But finally, they choose our project, our longhouse, because they want that. So now if we can have a very strong heritage and culture, and we also use a very high-end advancement of the technology, other countries, they look at us, they're not looking at other countries where they can earn more than us. It's not. They're looking at this group of people that are very good in their culture. The moment we share with them our framework in China, okay, they get shocked. They cannot believe Malaysians do project like that, as detailed as that. Like you can see how we do our project. We go until the field work. We are not only go there to touch and then to enjoy, live in a 5-star hotel. It's not. We go inside. We go inside the longhouse. We go inside the longhouse. We throw the river, this and that, and then we bring back all the data, the primary data. Then we try to transform it to become art and become 3D CGI, and then we put in our game engine. This is the process, Miss Husna. This is a process. Make them respect us. This is the process. It's not because of the outcome. The outcome is another story. The most important thing is they look at the process, the framework Malaysian scholars use, which is they cannot believe that we are doing that. So they're willing to learn from us. So that's why I also want to share with you guys that if you seriously put your heart, full-heartedly, to do something, and not because you are looking for something, you are looking for big grant, big money, big reputation, big name. And then for me, I seriously cannot tell you that someone will respect you. You must come with a good product first, And this product seriously carry our name, not only us, our country, our university, our team, So this is our responsibility. So that once this project, you show it globally. That's why now my job is to wait for people to invite me for keynotes. Yeah, because I know they will line up to ask me to go out to share with them because they want to see how we do this. Many of them, I can tell you, many of the countries I share with them, which before I share with them this framework, they always have the doubt. Yeah, they always got doubt that whether they can do it or not. But I told them I started 2013. I've not started this after the pandemic. It's not. I'm doing that long before pandemic. You know how hard is my team to convince our own people in our own university at the beginning. Yeah, for them, they cannot say, they'll tell you one thing. If there's a long house, why we need VR? You know, this is the normal question. I go everywhere, people ask me. I go different symposium, colloquium, conference, people will ask me this question. But until pandemic, that's why pandemic for me is blessing with this guys. Okay, that people can understand how important is virtual reality. That's how we grow. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Husna. I hope that answer can give you some idea, you know, how I feel about my research. Yeah.
Yes, it's actually very beautifully answered. I really appreciate your time, Doctor.
Yeah.
So I
Thank you,
think
then.
it's the end of our sharing session, Academia Talk, and a reminder to our audience to fill in the attendance form. And last but not least, thank you so much, Doctor, for your time.
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Yes, thank you,
Hope to
everyone.
see you guys in future also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.